Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the test account and it is baby steps on what is kind of coming. I want to cover the exploration resources. Now this is going to give us the ability to actually pick up some of our recasting elixir. This is used and only available for a limited time. So you can see right there, we do have 60 days to use the recasting elixir. And if you're like me on my YouTube account, I have only used recasting elixir 3 times since the Ghoulish Gallery has been out more than 12 months. Unfortunately, it is very hard to come by, but it seems like they are starting to incorporate it into a couple other places. In addition, with the Ghoulish Gallery, we know the South Zone is coming, which is bringing 3 new collections. Save your resources right now. I cannot stress that enough. When it comes to looking and going into the Ghoulish Gallery, if you're doing it on a regular basis, save your resources, save your totems till these come out, because I want to run through some of them. Now, the recasting elixir, during the event, explore the Ghoulish Gallery floor 10 3 times, floor 10 6 times, and 9 times. So all you have to do is run through here and doing your regular Ghoulish Gallery. And also in here, it doesn't say the south side, so this just says the regular side. But also remember, when you start going into the South Zone, you have to run it a few different times manually. Before you get to run it automatically, you have to run it manually, just like we've seen originally when it comes to the Ghoulish Gallery. So of course, when it comes to recasting elixir, we get a total of what, 3, 5, 700. When we look at the collections themselves, that is about the cost of doing, and I believe going from a myth or a legendary ability to a mythic ability is 400. If you want to upgrade one of your mythic abilities, it is 500. So for only getting 700, you're going to have the ability to upgrade really one. And I recommend probably going from the legendary up to the mythic versus, building more mythic and being able to have essentially more mythic abilities on one single collection. But like I said earlier, make sure you wait to what we see is going on with the Ghoulish Gallery. So a lot of players with all 3 of the new ones, if you go in the Ghoulish Gallery, and again, this is going to be up on the global server pretty soon. When we go to the south side and when we look at, and a lot of players said, that was kind of weird. There we go. So when we start looking at these 3 artifacts specifically, it seems though the 2 that are going to really make the big difference with the level 1, 2, and 3 is Izolds and of course Thanes. It doesn't seem like Anoki's, which is right here in the middle, is really going to make a big difference possibly in PvP. But overall, it seems like the Izold collection and the Thane collection are going to be the 2 that are really sought after. The question is the Izold collection going to replace Saurus? Is Thane going to replace the Athalia collection? It seems like, again, on paper, it looks good. Have to see the functionality, have to get the Summon Global, have to get a couple players to start building out these collections in a much bigger scale to see exactly where it is. Now, when you start going through here as well, there are a lot of quests. So we are getting a couple copies of the free ones. These are super, super ultra basic. That way you can just unlock them. But if you're a newer player, this does make a big difference, guys. The Ghoulish Gallery unlocks very early within AFK Arena. Really eclipses Dur's artifacts, really eclipses the class-specific artifacts. Having access to all of this very early does make a really big difference. But like I said, I don't know the Zolrath and also the Saurus, if Izold is going to replace them. And the same with the Athalia collection or the Baden collection. Are we going to see the replacement in their entirety? But make sure that you're farming these arcane staffs up on a regular basis, because as you're going through here, they give you a lot of staffs going through there, meaning you're going to have the ability to come in here and actually get a lot more of your legendary totems. And right there, we got one. It does give you recasting elixir. Every time you do the summon, I believe it gives you 10 if you get a legendary ability. So right there with the bonus of the 10 recasting elixir, you do get a little bit of a bonus in there. And honestly, for a lot of players, that is the only place that they are getting the recasting elixir, which is pretty sad. Now, in addition, the Abyssal Expedition is coming back, guys. So looking in here, the rewards that we have in here, they do give you, again, a couple arcane staffs, but going in here to get the totems, but also to get the Stargazer scrolls, which are 20, and also getting the time emblems in here really makes a big difference, guys. This is the accumulation of goods, and this gives you a lot, including the chests. I mean, getting 400 elemental cores or 50 red chests, that's a lot. That is a lot of resources for the time and effort that is put into the Abyssal Expedition. In addition, if you are scoring higher, there are glorified guilds. There are some rewards when it comes to the leaderboards. This one is the beta test. Every time that we run the Abyssal Expedition, they run a beta version, and within the beta version, it is not ranked. When they do the regular Abyssal Expedition or the Vault of Time, that will be the ranked one when you're going out. Now, there is also a new boss. Now, when I think in looking at this, guys, it looks pretty awesome. I love how he looks. In trial settings in here, see, there are a few different things. Divine Flame Quelcher, the Blessing Spring. So there are a couple different artifacts that we're going to be picking up along the way that makes a really big difference getting them before you fight the boss. But when you look at the boss, this guy looks pretty awesome. Looking here, it is a very, very cool looking boss. We have a couple different skills and abilities in here that I'm not really going to run through right now because we want to wait to see exactly what he looks like. Now, for a majority of players over on the test server, we don't see a ton. Even here, Honorable, there are only 4 players right now. A lot of players do not play on the test server, unfortunately, anymore. Even when you think the global servers might have, you know, a lot less of the players, the test server is the exact same, falling into the exact same, where we're not seeing a ton of different players. So we do also have free rewards that are coming out with the Ghoulish Gallery. We picked up day 1. This gives us some of our Legendary Bizarre Totems. Also gives you the ability to run the Ghoulish Gallery a couple more times, as well as some Arcane Staffs. And so far, we got day 1, which is right here. We got day 2, which is right here. So we are getting day after day within the Ghoulish Gallery. So they're giving us some pretty decent rewards, very similar to what they did the first time with the Ghoulish Gallery. And then we also have the Dimensional Heroes. Now remember, with the Dimensional Exchange, it's running about the same time frame that we see. We have a lot of chests in here, so I can go ahead and I can pop open some of these chests because, as you've seen, they're starting to accumulate in here. We have 11 more days, and a lot of players thought they were going to be 7 days. These are actually right there, 7 days, 13 days, 11 days. So there are a couple different chests that are on different times when they're going in there. So it seems like if I'm collecting the chest myself, it's going into the bag, and it's just kind of sitting there a little bit longer than if it is automatically or if it just collects by itself, because right there, that goes right to the mailbox. So let me look at the one that I clicked for the redemption. Again, this was kind of weird. Right here, item collection, these two, 14 days. So it is giving me 14 days. 6 seconds ago, I did claim this. So it is giving you kind of a longer period. If it's going in there and you are automatically, or this one, which was weird, 11 minutes ago, this one automatically collected, and it only has a 7-day expiration timer. So note that, guys, because that is important when it comes to managing exactly what you're going to use to get the dimensionals. And also with the dimensionals, we can exchange in another 10 days for the chest. Once we have the chest, we have to wait another 28 days for the chest to actually be able to open. So we do have a little bit of time. So, all right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.